Alright, so I want to make a video on expanding on the Gloom exploit, because if you want to prepare yourself for the end game, or not really end game, but like New Game Plus, you can do the Gloom exploit whenever you have 168 of the ovum or the eggs by doing all the gates. So do all the gates first, maybe do cleanse a few of these beacons, and then this whole middle section will open up. There'll be a guy here. Once you come back here, that'll become an enemy. You kill him, and then this area will open up. So if you run down here, do not kill anything. There is one enemy you can try to kill, but that enemy is pretty annoying. But yeah, you just come down here, and you don't want to kill anything in this island, I should say. So everything here will spawn, and that's how the Gloom exploit really works, is once you get to this other section of the map here, it doesn't really matter if you get hit or not, just don't kill anything here. I am in night mode, and apparently night mode is supposed to give you more gold and gloom drops, but it really doesn't. But also, do not rest at any of these other beacons if you want to do this exploit. Well, it's not really an exploit, it's more of a bug, but I don't think it'll ever be patched, simply for the fact this is a single player game. Like, all it does is make the game easier, and it's whatever. Like, if the devs want to patch it, go ahead. It doesn't... Because... yeah. It kind of is what it is. But at this point, either avoid or kill this enemy. It doesn't matter. It does suck. That enemy hits hard if you're very, like, level 50 or whatever. But... yeah, I'll even show you. Like, you can kill this enemy, it doesn't matter. It is annoying. Every time, it doesn't matter if you're full health, that grab will always bring you back to the Harbinger. Like, it is hard to dodge. It is what it is. But, even if you are the Harbinger, your Proxima perks of dropping the specimens still drop. That doesn't change. But since we are here now, there is an enemy here that spawns every time. It won't ever change. So the setup here to add onto the Gloom exploit everybody is doing. So this is how you're going to farm your gold. Gold is probably more important than Gloom, I will admit. Gloom is so easy to get. It's pretty retarded how easy it is to get. So what you want to do is you want to get the Savage Trebuchet or Trebuchet or whatever. So this weapon is going to be your bread and butter because of what its ability here. So that's your. So it does like this spinning attack or whatever. And I believe that's because of this Tarstone. So you want to have at least this setup. So from my testing, this Swallowstone and the Tarred Fragment, they do kind of stack with each other because they're spinning projectiles. So with this, it spins for 8 seconds, and this will just kind of add on to it. The timing is finicky because sometimes the Swallowstone doesn't proc when it should be. You can have anything you want for the infusion, but from what I've seen, the only ones you can have for the Trebuchet is either the Monarch's Vestige or Voltaic. If you're going to be using Proxima, Voltaic Amber is going to be your bread and butter, just because all of her lightning damage is increased. But you want to have this setup. And a thing that I have noticed while doing this is you kind of want to aim to the offside of this enemy too, because it's the outer ring of the AoE that actually does the damage and instantly kills this thing. So, you see, it dies, drops all of its loot, and you're just gonna do your rest and exit as you would with the Gloom exploit or whatever. This just kind of adds on to it. So once you hit about like 8k or whatever, just that's when you want to reset and then do this again. See, and the thing just dies, and then you just come back out, rest like 3 or 4 times. Like once it hits the 8k mark, that's when you will want to come back out and reset. This is how you're going to farm your gold. Like I said before, gold is more important than your gloom, because gloom is very easy to come by. Even by doing this method, it is stupidly easy to get, even with this setup. You should be using Proxima whenever you're doing this. You don't have to, but those added specimens that drop from that enemy while you're doing this, it does add up to your additional gold gains. So I will recommend doing that. As it goes for weapons, so to speak, if you commit to Proxima and only play her, use the Axatana. If you're going to be using Axatana, like, even with, what is it, the axe and dagger, right? Both of these weapons, honestly, with any weapon that you're able to use the duality stone on, use it. Because doing double the damage per weapon swing, it's a no-brainer. You're doing double damage. The Torpor Stone and the Voltaic Crown, those are the only things you would want to be using on the Axatana, because those pair with Proxima's ability to deal additional lightning damage and stun, depending on how you have Proxima built. And I say that because what people are starting to realize about the Biosampler is either do lightning stacks or you could inflict 20 stasis. All stasis does is slow the enemy down. It makes it easier to parry, whatever. But yeah, even if you, so like, keep resting here, and just like that, the unloading and loading of that area, it still works. It also still works if you even go into the beacon or level up or what have you. So, the main thing you don't want to do is die. Because if you die, you will have to come back to Marrow Keep and then redo everything. Mainly the running from Marrow Keep to this beacon. And this beacon being Brother's Court. So, yeah, and just like that, we're back to regaining all that gloom. Just don't die. But if you want gold, use this. Enemy will drop all of its little goodies, and then there you go. You can do this as long as you want. Doesn't really matter. I will recommend using the Vatra's seal, just because the Harden's probably the best seal in the game. Granted, there is the Slayer's seal, but don't use that unless you already have all the achievements. This disables achievements. The Untarnished seal isn't bad. You can guard. This is your parry seal, but Vatra's the best because it doesn't stop your combo. So you can parry mid combo with the Hardened seal, and it's the only seal that can not really animation cancel, but like you can parry whenever. killing this enemy, you're farming the from the other exploit or whatever. And you can do either or infinite amount of times. But you may be wondering, oh, so how do I get these other upgrade materials once I hit past level 16 on my weapon? Okay, well after killing this guy, I'll be able to show you. So you need to go to the obsidian wall. And that will be by going through this area, and then there's another beacon down there. It'll be the beacon before you fight the, what is it? It's the obelisk. Or, is it the obelisk? Or whatever boss it was that's really stupid annoying. It's like a giant stone slab, and it just slams around and is hella annoying. It shoots lasers. Yeah, this boss. So we were just, up there, pretty much. Or over there. Yeah. So we were just over there. So you'll go through here, there'll be an elevator, and you'll be fighting this annoying thing. But if you wanted to farm those other items, you just go in here. There are 3 bugged chests. Maybe they are bugged, I don't know. But come into the vault. I missed this plenty of times, but there is a side hallway here. And you will run past this enemy or kill him, don't matter. I will recommend getting the Grisha Remnant and farming that. I'm pretty sure most people have seen the video or videos of like, oh, this is where you can farm this, da da da. So what this primarily does is it summons all these spectral assailants. There is a bug with this where sometimes you'll be able to hit this and it will start attacking you. You can't damage it, but once it finishes its attack animation, it despawns. Why that happens, I do not know why. Another thing is this weapon, the axe and dagger, it sucks at spawning these guys. So if you really want to rely on spawning these guys, use the Axatana. The Axatana spawns these way faster, and I have no idea why. I don't understand the reason for it. They're pretty much the same weapon, they're a dual weapon. But the Axatana, for some reason, spawns way more. The reason for it, I can't explain it to you. Because I don't know why. But there will be 2 enemies here, and then there's these 3 chests. So I'm just going to spawn a bunch of these guys. And just let them think. So you'll be getting 2 Thorsium, or these Thor stones. And then 1 Ossite. This is very tedious and a really pain in the ass to grind. So, but if you did want to fight these guys, you can, but you don't have to. So a method that I do is I quit the menu, I hit continue, and then you're back at the start of the gate. Yeah, this just makes it easier to get to the chest, because you don't really have to fight these things. We just spawn these things and then make your life a little easier. And then quit and continue. So there's this other beacon. I want to say it is probably the hidden nave. It is probably this one. Or at least I think it is this one. Or at least it should be. Yeah. So this beacon is the one that people will probably go for once the devs patch the area that unloads and you're able to do that gloom farm that everybody knows about. So this one is a bit more legit. I don't know why it's like this. One thing I have noticed in some videos that are like, oh, you gotta touch the obelisk and then come back here, but you don't. Don't listen to that. You just run in, see the other fire, you grab the torch. This is the slowest part of this, actually. Because I don't know why you can't sprint here. It's retarded to me. But you'll wander this way. And then this whole new area will open up and you'll drop the torch. And then you'll be able to farm this other upgrade material that will probably be most likely used after the Austenite stones. And you should be getting about 60 something per run of doing this, so and it's crazy too. A little tangent here while we run through here. At first I did not like Proxima playing this. I'm mainly a Teal enjoyer, but getting used to Proxima and how she works, like, it's not a bad shell. Not my favorite by any means. She's definitely an aggressive frame or shell, but there are ones that are better. Proxima is primarily going to be your one to use for farming. So this is going to be your farming shell. And just like that, you get 68 of these feudalum shell stones. This is where you'll farm them in the... Okay, it's not even going to show them. But yeah. So all of these as well, this is how people will be like, oh yeah, you can open up all these chests and you get 1,000 gloom. There are 68 chests in here. So 68,000. These things will also respawn, giving you about 500 per. The best one to farm in this room is the one in this corner, and there would be 3, so that's about 1,500 every time you hit them. And they respawn. This thing, if you wanted to leave, it takes all of your gloom. It doesn't matter how much you have, if you have 0, if you have 1 billion, it doesn't matter. The only way to leave this room and return to the beacon is to exit the menu and then continue again. To beat the final boss, I will recommend you finding out the Seed Bearer Scripture. Get this freaking item because it stuns the final boss. So if you've played Elden Ring, and it's like using Moog Shackle. If you know, you know, right? So this is the Moog Shackle of the final boss. So get that boss into phase 2 and then use this. In phase 2 or whatever, he'll start spamming a lot of abilities and stuff. So this can only be gotten in night mode. The items to collect for this item it doesn't matter what mode you're in. But in order to get this item from the NPC, you need to be in night mode. And that NPC can be found, well, he's dead, but in the Lost Tower here. And if you played the first game, you'll look a lot familiar, because you gotta collect 3 glands. And these 3 glands are from, I believe, these 3 beacons. Or not beacons, but inside the gates. So there's a gland before the hexapod, there's a gland in the snow area, and then there's, I believe, another gland. I believe it's these 3. These 3 gates.